Hello everyone. I'm Bani Marlina. Thank you very much for visiting my channel, and thank you very much for those old viewers for coming back to my channel. In previous video, I've already talked about a little bit about English as foreign language in Indonesia and its relation with the need of using children's literature in classroom. And in the second last video, I already talked about there are 5 reasons of using children's literature in classroom. Today, I'm going to talk about the 3 other main reasons of using children's literature that we can see from its function. The first function of using children's literature in class is that children's literature is useful for students' language skill empowerment. Second, children's literature is useful as areas of empowerment in student language. And the last one, that children's literature is useful for students' critical thinking empowerment. Now I'm going to talk about student language skills empowerment. Students' language skill empowerment means enabling students to gain language skills such as reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Children's literature compared to adult literature has arguably simpler language, fewer lengthy stories, fewer abstract ideas, less complicated themes, and offers just a wide variety of stories. All of these features were encouraging, especially in boosting reading confidence. In reading children's literary texts, secondary school students have to cope with language intended for native speakers. It is good to expose learners to the source of unmodified language in the classroom, because the skills they acquire in dealing with difficult or unknown language can be used outside the classroom. Moreover, the natural convergence between literature, language, and culture suggests the use of children's literature in the EFL curriculum. In an EFL classroom, where mastery of linguistic and cultural literacy becomes the main attention, children's literature can be suitable material for literacy development due to its simpler language style, embedded cultural information, and comfortable length. Furthermore, children's literature encourages students to reflect on what they read and to share their thoughts in writing, thus developing their writing skills. When students read children's literature, they are exposed to horizons of possibility. They raise questions, recognize problems, and look for causes and resolutions, reflect on ideas, and make connections. For that reason, literature encourages students to talk, thus developing their listening and speaking skill. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the second function of just using children's literature in classroom is that it can be used as areas of empowerment in students' language. To empower means to enable students to meet learning objectives. In terms of vocabulary, the language used in children's literature shows certain characteristics. They are simply but creatively built. Then they are used in daily casual interactions, and they are rhythmical. These features can be represented in various linguistic forms dominantly found in the text, such as specific registers to children in onomatopoeias. The vocabulary derives from the imitation of real object sound. Consequently, children's literature presents an excellent source of vocabulary. Students absorb the sophisticated words found in books through language activities, which resulted in a significant improvement in vocabulary. The last but not least, the function of children's literature in the classroom is that it is useful for students' critical thinking empowerment. learning and classroom activities using children's literature will help the students to provide stimulating materials for peer interactions, foster cooperation, open up avenues for individual expression and critical thinking, encourage the faculty of imagination, and increase multicultural exposure. Texts in children's literature are often rich in multiple layers of meaning, and the text can be effectively used for discussing and sharing feelings or opinions. This evokes critical discussion since literature presents problems faced by human beings. In doing so, students are expected to be aware of not only how to use English correctly and appropriately, but also to engage their mind critically. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are three functions of students using children's literature in classroom. Thank you very much for watching. See you again in the next related video. Have a great day.